Hello guys, I'm hoping you guys had a great Merry Christmas. I did as well. So, today's video we talking about Lexington 2 once again because this is her event and how to properly build her and all that jazz for every type of scenario. So, if you guys saw my Yorktown 2 video, it is basically the same way as you would build for Lexington 2. It's a very simple USS build. Nothing too crazy. It is very self-explanatory. So, with that being said, let's get things started. So, I don't have any of those purple planes on me as of right now. I wish I did, but purple Corsairs are very solid to use for her. Get as much of those as you guys can at the early game. That's how you would probably use for your fighter slots. Now, I don't think you get this third slot until you max her out for limit breaks. So for the time being, I don't know what it is by default, but just use whatever plane you have for your regular campaigns. I say for the most part, if you guys are doing like this regular story mode, like purple barracudas are perfectly fine to be used on her. Like this AoE is pretty good. Dive bombers, you can get away with using the event shop one. That works perfectly fine as well. F4Us are pretty good until you guys get Sky Raiders or 10 Rise even. So I will use those for now until you guys can get those better dive bombers. But again, it's a pretty good option. It's just as good as the Hell Diver that you guys use a lot of, the purple ones. So I'd say it's pretty good. It's very fast. Like look at this speed right here. It's like 3 seconds faster compared to Sky Raiders. Less damage, but definitely faster. So that's very good. I forgot to mention, yeah, we can't farm Havar planes from this event right now. So if you guys are new, but somehow you guys can farm for these, definitely try to get at least 2 for her because it's going to make her very powerful. Now, as for auxiliaries, you guys don't have much early game options. Like homing beacon is pretty nice, but if you're a new player, you're probably stuck using like whatever you guys have. Just rock with whatever. HP is fine too until you guys are capable of building like these things right here. Homing beacon is pretty good. I would probably use her. I'll probably use homing beacon most of the time unless I'm trying to synergize with another ship like Yorktown 2. But more speed is definitely good on carrier, so I highly recommend doing that. And then for fighter slots, again, like I was saying earlier, if you guys can use like a Havar setup, that works perfectly fine. If you guys are moving towards the mid game where you're doing chapters 12 and like 13, Wyverns are going to be very good here. So if you guys want to do something like that, this is a solid option. You want to do some anti-air as well too. Corsairs, you guys can't find these from the core data shop. And then let's say you want to run this plane right here. This is a very solid build for campaign. I recommend this for all mid-game players when you're trying to do campaign to push story or whatever. This is a very solid build right here. Everything is completely free. It doesn't really cost much. I guess Wyverns can be a little bit complicated to make as an early to mid-game player. But if you guys can't do that, then just toss on a Barracuda. Oh, my inventory is full right now. But yeah, just toss on a Barracuda. Like one of these things right here. It works perfectly fine. Now, as we're getting into bossing, that's where it's going to change a bit. So, light armor options. This is what I would build for light armor. Light armor is a pretty common theme boss nowadays. So, if you guys are doing light armor, if you guys do have access to Sky Raiders, go ahead and use this. It's a very limited item, so if you guys don't have Sky Raiders available, just use like Hell Divers like these right here. And honestly, this is pretty good. It's very solid, very good, very niche, but it's very solid. Now, when you guys get into medium armor, you're going to want to use better planes for this. The AP rockets right here are what I would use if you guys do not have any LA9. So I would probably run something like double AP rockets like these right here. And then if you guys do have better dive armor options, use those. Like this is pretty good on medium armor. 10 Rise pretty good on medium armor as well too. But I don't. Is she restricted to? I don't think she's restricted to USS planes, so that's very good. I think, yeah. So honestly, if you want to run something like 10 right here, this could also be a very solid. Okay, I need to get rid of some stuff right here for real. I'll probably do it later though. But if you guys do want to run 10 Rise, that is also another solid option for medium armor. Now, obviously, if you guys do have LA9, so this is a straight upgrade. I would recommend doing this. And then if you guys have like the UR planes or whatever, go ahead and just go towards this. and this is what I'll probably use for every medium armor content. It's very, very good. Now, if you're in a heavy armor situation, that's when it's going to get a little bit more complicated. I would personally run something like this if I'm in that situation. Again, it's going to be very complicated because I don't think like USS planes are that great on medium armor or heavy armor, sorry. But again, if you are in that situation where you have to be like, okay, crap, I have to pick a setup for my Lexington to be used for heavy armor, I will run something like this. Get the 10 ride from Obichi, and then run something like Ryuseis, Junkers, whatever you guys want to run, something like this. Now obviously it's not a very good setup because again, Lexington 2 is not very good for heavy armor. She's more light armor focused. But again, if you want to be in a situation where you gotta have to use something like this, I would recommend doing this setup because it gives the highest possible heavy armor damage while still somewhat being good in terms of like performance. It's pretty slow, I get that. Homing beacon would be really, really good here, but again, I would try to avoid using Lexington 2 on heavy armor content, but if you have to, I would do something like this. Alright, so that's how I would build Lexington 2. If you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know. Thank you guys for watching, guys.